Hello, my name's Kate Munden from the Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Centre. Today's video I want to talk about gaslighting and how you can use emotional freedom techniques to help you soothe the cognitive dissonance, the confusion and the pain caused by chronic gaslighting. Gaslighting is a technique that abusers use to confuse, destabilise and create horrific self-doubt in victims. Gaslighting is where your truth is denied. What actually happened to you is denied by the abuser, and how you react to it is often treated with complete scorn. Complete surprise. Why would you react that way when something really awful has happened? And it may happen in a very slow drip feed. It may happen very, very slowly over time. But when done well, and many abusers do execute this spectacularly well, they create phenomenal self-doubt in the victim, where you really start to doubt your reality. Did that really happen? Or maybe I am overreacting to something that has quite often been utterly horrific. And when we start to question ourselves over time and question our reality over time, we really become helpless, hopeless, and feel very much out of control. And this really needs to be rebuilt again in us, that we can trust ourselves again. But before we can do that, often we really need to heal the wounds of what happened and really acknowledge what happened. Maybe it's been difficult for you because of the cognitive dissonance, the confusion created by the gaslighting. Maybe even coming to terms with the fact that this has happened to you is difficult and is a challenge. It certainly was for me. Sometimes it's like the scales falling from our eyes, and we suddenly realize as we educate ourselves, as we go through our recovery journey. But often the wound is left, the wound of the words, of the things that they said to us. So I've created this tapping video today using emotional freedom techniques as a video that you can tap along with. I'm obviously going to use my words, but I'll try and make it as generic and as useful as possible. But while you're tapping along, if other different words come to you that you feel are more appropriate, please do use those, or use this as a base, as a starter, for you to then continue and add in your own words. Emotional freedom techniques is a phenomenal skill for helping you heal these wounds. But your words are going to mean the most to you. Hopefully my words will help you. But if you can start to create your own tapping sequences to help yourself on your journey for the specific things that have happened to you, then hopefully you will start to really clean the dirt out of the wound of those hurts. But this is a starting point to give you some ideas. And I know when I started my journey with emotional freedom techniques, I used a few videos like these to help me, and they were quite generic, but I started to feel a soothing and a level of self-care and a level of kindness for myself that I hadn't felt with any other type of technique. So hopefully this will be useful for you too. One of the key things that my abusers used to say to me was, "You're so sensitive. Why are you reacting this way? You're so sensitive. God, you're overreacting." So I think this is very common, and I see this with my clients. And with other stories I've heard within the abuse community. So I'm going to use this as a starting point for this video, talking about sensitivity. Okay, and just before I start as well, just a caveat: sensitivity is a beautiful thing. Sensitivity is not something to be maligned or criticized. Being sensitive is a wonderful quality in a human being. And if you have been accused of being sensitive or oversensitive, it's highly likely you weren't actually being oversensitive. But if that is a quality that you hold within you, then honour it. It's a beautiful thing to be sensitive and to be able to sense in to nuances within other human beings, because that creates intimacy, which is something that a narcissist finds terrifying. Okay, so side of hand point, this is where we always start. And let's acknowledge this gaslighting. Even though they gaslit me and they accused me of being too sensitive, I acknowledge that this happened and all my reactions to this. Even though they gaslit me and they said my reaction was over the top, I acknowledge that this happened and I accept myself anyway. Even though they gaslit me and said I was too sensitive, I love and accept myself anyway. Top of the head. They said I was too sensitive. They denied my reaction. They said I was too sensitive. They said my reaction was too much. They denied my reality. They said I was too sensitive, that my responses were over the top. They said I was too sensitive. They denied my reality. And just come back to side of hand. Take a deep breath in. And just check in. Maybe a memory has floated up. Maybe there was a specific time you were gaslit and told that you were overreacting. You're so sensitive. Why are you saying that? I'm only joking. That was a big one that was thrown at me. I'm only joking. When actually it was something very cruel and very uncaring and very cold from this person that was supposed to love me. They said I was too sensitive. They were being cruel and they said I was overreacting. It was so confusing. They said I was too sensitive. Was I being sensitive? Was I overreacting? They said I was being too sensitive. It was so confusing. All this confusion, all this gaslighting, all the confusion of this gaslighting, everything that meant to me. They denied my reality. I knew it wasn't okay. but somehow I went along with it and questioned myself. All this gaslighting, all this confusion. I'm just coming back to side of hand and really acknowledging where this is showing up in your body right now. Maybe it's a real sense in your chest or your belly or your throat, maybe of something you wanted to say at the time. Really finding that and just acknowledging that sensation within you. All this gaslighting and everything it means to you. Deep breath in. Now you may want to continue tapping, maybe acknowledging or talking about something specific for yourself. I hope that you do. I hope this video has been useful today. And please do continue to tap and acknowledge these feelings on your journey so that you can be free and move through this. I hope to see you on the next video. Bye.